what we're watching right now is Colin try to get this horse, and it's not working. Yeah, no, she's like, no, I'm good.
I'll be out here for like 20 minutes.
So I'm here with my buddy Colin. He's a farrier, and he's doing something to the, what are you doing?
I'm just cleaning out the dirt here so I can take a look at the hoof. I'm gonna pull these nails out, hopefully on the first try, so I look really cool. And then I'm going to trim this hoof because at the end of the day, I am a horse pedicurist. And then I'm going to put a new shoe on so it looks all pretty.
Right, right.
And that's the goal. That's what a farrier does.
There's a lot of bees everywhere.
Yeah. This farm actually keeps bees.
Yellow jackets?
Well, they probably have two different types of bees.
I'm just saying, that's what we're dealing with.
They do have honeybees here. No, so if you're ever looking for local honey.
Gosh, it just takes forever.
I know, right?
Jeez.
It's also, I suck at it too. So really bad at all this, everything that I do.
Holy cow.
So yeah, so that's the shoe off. And the first
Oh, it
thing,
is just a honeybee, okay.
yeah, once you take the shoe off, the first thing you want to do is you want to take your knife. You want to kind of just clean it up a little bit so you can see what you're working with. And all of this, I get asked all the time, does this hurt? No. This is all dead hoof, right? This isn't hurting the horse to do this at all.
It hurts me to watch you.
Yeah, I know. And it's definitely a laborious thing to do. And
that knife is super sharp, isn't it?
yes, this will cut you up.
Yeah, you're just sliding right past that finger of yours.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wear gloves. Trust me, I've cut my fingers many times.
Cut them off, put them back on.
Yep, that's my wife's job. Her job is to make sure that when I cut them off, she puts them back on. So this is called the frog of the hoof. Now, I don't know why we necessarily call it frog. Some people, I guess, say it looks like a frog. I don't see the resemblance, but that's what we call it. Other people call it the second heart of the horse. And the reason it's called that is because it helps pump blood up the leg back to the heart.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, so I don't take a lot of it. I just take a little bit just to make it look pretty. And then what you do is once you're done trimming it, you kind of want to look down it. And I kind of tell people it's like looking down a gun. So these are your two sights, and then there's right there. And so you kind of make sure, you know, want to see it's flat. It doesn't really need that much. I don't even think I'll nip it. I'll just use my rasp. So nippers are kind of like, they'll look a little bit like this, kind of like nail clippers. And usually you'll do that and you'll nip them off. But he doesn't look like he's gonna need any nipping really. So I'm gonna get this all done with rasping, which is using essentially what is a giant nail file to just make it flat. And then I'm gonna put this new shoe on. And in case anyone wants to know, what was wrong with the old shoe, right?
Hey, pretty girl.
Someone ever asks, why do we need to put a new shoe on? This old shoe looks fine. You can see how thin it is compared to this.
Oh, yeah, wow.
So they wear it down. And a lot of that wearing down is them doing that with their hoof and running around. And so before it gets too thin and starts to crack, you want to switch it out for something a little bit more new. So this is a rasp. This is what I'm going to be using to make the flat. It's also extremely sharp, so don't grab it like that unless you're wearing gloves.
Right.
This horse is always very good at chilling, so thankfully he's a good demo horse. So basically what you're doing is you're just taking away some of this excess, right? And you kind of see where it's like some areas it's higher, some areas it's lower. You're just trying to make it all even. Now, you want to take your knife back out and go. I think I can take a little bit more like that. And you want to keep looking down, making sure you're going in the right areas. Because if you go too far on one side, then you have to go back on the other side. Then you're gonna.
And sooner or later, he doesn't end. You know, ends up with no hoof.
No hoof, yeah.
Right.
And then no one's happy.
And then you got to put it down and whatnot.
And then you got to kill the horse, unfortunately. And, no, I've thankfully never had that happen. But I've trimmed it too short before when I first started out, and I didn't really know what I was doing.
How do you take care of that one little crack right there that you flipped off?
So what I'm gonna do is when I put it on a stand, I'm gonna rasp it from the top And you'll be able to kind of notice it's not really anything more than aesthetic. I'll show you. So that's the bottom done. And so then what I do is I take it over here and I put it on my nifty little stand. And I'm cleaning it up here, so when I put new nails through new holes, not old holes,
right,
I'll have a clean surface for when the nail comes out.
And do those nails, those nail holes, do they heal up, or
What's going to happen is as the foot grows out.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's really like a crack like that, you know, probably was a nail hole at one point, and it's grown all the way out. And so it's just a natural part of horses that get shoes are always going to have little cracks and stuff near the ends of the hoof as that hoof grows out. And what you're going to do is you're just going to rasp it around and try to minimize it as much as you can, because you don't really want those cracks to be sitting there. So whatever you can take, you do, and you don't want to go too crazy here, because again, you'll end up with no hoof to nail into.
Wow.
But
so you're like the mobile nail salon of the horse world.
I'm the mobile nail salon of the horse world, yes.
Right. Do you use crystal gel?
Yeah, make it so pretty. Yeah, no. Just a regular, I do have a clear coat of nail polish, technically, that I put on the hook. So that's, that makes the hook look prettier too. So yeah, so now that we've done that.
He's a sweet horse.
I know, this horse is awesome. Once we do that, so this is a blank, right? I buy these horseshoes. They're already sized as a double aught. They've got clips on so that it doesn't slide around. And they all come the same shape.
Okay.
And what I do is I'll grab this, and I already know that this horse is a double aught. That's 2 zeros.
Double aught 6?
Yeah. And I'll pick up the hoof, and I'll put my shoe on and go, oh, well, look at that. I need to bring these heels in a little bit, right? And if you really want to see what the kind of looks like, if you bring it forward, you can kind of see a lot better, and you go, oh wow, I need to bring this side in and this side in a lot, actually, on that side, because what I want it to look like is this, where there's just a little bit around the whole edge to protect the hoof, but you don't want too much because then he'll step on it.
Oh, he'll step on it with his other foot?
Yeah. You don't want too much shoe. You want just enough shoe hanging over to protect the hoof, not enough shoe to where they're stepping on it. And there's a lot of different ways of forging. A lot of people don't like it when you do it this way because it closes off the toe a little bit, but you know, we can suffer to have a little bit of toe closure. And then I know that both sides really need to come in a lot, so a good way of doing that without closing the toe is putting it through this little Hardy hole. It's called a Hardy hole. Don't know why, maybe a guy named Hardy invented it. And so I do that, and then the next thing I do is I make sure it's flat. The way I do that is by touching it, and I go, okay, flat, flat, not flat. Usually when it's not flat here, it means a little bit of jingle is going to happen there. So if I hit there, a little bit more flat, but I bet this side is now a little out of whack. This is the thing that probably takes the most time. A lot of people will do hot forging, where they will shoe hot, and they won't really do this banging part. They'll do a lot more eyeballing it to see. But I find that you get a better shoe fit if you do it by sound. My eyes are not as good as apparently my ears. And as you can see, no dingling, no jingling, so that's flat. That makes sense?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, okay.
What if I take that out of your hand, just slam it against the concrete?
I'd cry.
Just wondering.
I don't have enough water to be here forever, as you can see.
I know, you're sweating bullets like you're about to die or something.
I know, there's something wrong with me, seriously. I think I'm gonna croak. So here we go. So I'm taking this, and I'm looking at the shape, and it looks pretty good. And you can kind of take your finger and feel on this side. It feels like it could come in a little bit more, I think. I'll show you again if you want to go this way. We've changed the shape drastically, but see, just this side and this side could come in just a little bit more.
Oh, gotcha. So
Yeah.
like a quarter of an inch.
Yeah, really not that much. And the biggest issue is people will hit hit it really hard and bring it way too far in. So just do a couple little whacks and then go back from the anvil back over there. And you know, the more trips you know,
You charge by the trip?
I'm charged by the trip, so every time I have to work on this handle, it's $100. Now, and right now, the whole goal is just to make sure that we're doing the right shape, because again, if it's too large, it's just gonna get pulled off. And I think that feels a lot better, and I'll show you the look. See, look how different that is.
Oh yeah, I know, it's a lot better.
It's a lot better.
It's almost like you know what you're doing.
I know. It's almost like I've been doing this for a few years. Few years being the operative word. I'm not a master farrier by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely have been doing it for a little bit. And again, this is a thing that can take, you know what you're doing, it can take forever, and I always look at it just so I look like I know what I'm doing.
Right.
And I definitely have no clue what I'm doing.
Everybody's like, oh, look, he's looking at it from that angle. He knows exactly
and
what's
squint your
up.
eyes. You gotta make sure you go, yeah, okay, that's definitely looking like it's supposed to. And then I'm bringing my rasp back over because I got the hoof and the shoe pretty much shaped out, but you kind of feel it move a little bit. And you look down, and you go, oh, okay, this heel is a little high still, you know. So I'm gonna. Right here, this whole side is just a little high, and right there's a little high. So what I'm gonna do, it's okay, bud.
I guess if you had done it right the first time, you wouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can never really truly tell what's gonna need to be done until you got the shoe to put up against it. But
likely excuse.
Yeah, I'm lazy. You can tell.
Alex goes out and watches a farrier do his job for free, and then just
rips on
roasts him the entire time.
Your chaps are ripped up. You can't afford new ones. Yeah.
Yeah, your chaps are.
I know these are 3 years old now, and you know it's really surprising to me how long they've lasted, considering how badly I've treated them. I have not been nice to these chaps. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm in your way. Let me get out of your way, Colin. Just trying to get video footage here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know that you were trying to get a close up.
How deep is that heart?
This can go. I mean, all the way.
I mean, I'm saying, like, how deep can you go before you start bleeding?
Oh, not too much deeper than that. Every horse is a little different. I could cut maybe a little bit more, but I would be slightly concerned. Yeah, you can kind of feel it. Besides, the whole goal is, you know, only trim it enough. You don't need to go crazy with it. All right, bud. We're needing more at the toe. All right.
Okay, what are we doing?
So I was just gonna say, once you have the shoe fit well, you put it on. You can look down it, but really how you get it is you put your 2 thumbs here. You can feel it. If it doesn't really move, you know.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's like solid, dude.
Yeah. Then you know, okay, there's no little high points or low points, and you're like, we're pretty much golden. You try to make sure, again, if you look down it and you see like just a little bit of light, you know, you're like,
oh, you're looking down to see if there's any light between the hoof and the...
exactly. And you're looking to see, and you're like, okay, there's a little bit more on this side, a little bit more on that side. And once you stop seeing that light and you feel it, and it feels like it's totally, what's the word, cohesive, you know, no wiggle room.
Right.
Like that.
Then we nail it in place.
Like that. Yeah. That's perfect. Then we nail it in place.
Let's do it. All right, Colin, what are we doing now?
So now we are nailing this shoe on, and again, the biggest question I always get asked is, does this hurt the horse? No. Shoeing, putting nails on does not hurt the horse.
What's that nail look like?
So this is a typical horseshoe nail.
Super sharp.
Yeah, super sharp. Yeah. Trust me, I had one that went through my arm right there. So yeah, I know exactly how sharp they are. And generally speaking, you can kind of feel, you can kind of feel when it's coming through the side, so you know that you're going the right direction. And then you bend it over real quick, like that. You bend it over.
Yeah.
And you do that so that it doesn't go through your leg if they move. Ask
Right.
me how I know that.
Colin, how would you know that?
I had a nail go through my leg, and it was not comfortable. And we're gonna put a nail right here.
You're very difficult to film.
I'm sorry. Here, how about that? Is that better? Is that a little bit better? See?
Quickly. Holy cow, yeah,
I'm
dude, that
gonna
would
bend that over.
totally grab you right in the...
Yeah, and if you're holding it like this and they move and it goes right into your hand, I've had that happen too.
Jeez.
That's why I usually wear gloves, but not, so every horse is a little different. This horse, I don't need to wear gloves around. This horse is the sweetest horse you could ever hope to work with. Never pulls his feet, you know, it's very sweet. Pick up his feet if you just walk by him. There you go. See, yeah, that'd suck if it hit you.
No doubt.
Yeah, and then looks like, can I get a good heel nail in? Heel nails are always questionable sometimes. See?
Oof. So far away.
I was really just trying to avoid that hole because you don't
Yeah.
want to go through this. If you go through the same hole, it's not going to be
That's strong.
as strong. Yeah. There. And,
Killer, bro.
I had to go with different holes, so I would have put one right there, but that's I think as high as I was going to get that one.
Right.
So I had to put one there, and then I've got two others, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rasp around and make it look pretty, and then we'll be done. And take these, and we're gonna clip this nail off, right?
Yeah.
So now there's that little stub. Now we're gonna take our rasp. We're gonna rasp just a little bit underneath where that is.
Yeah.
So this has a place to go when I clench it over. I'm gonna put this over, and I'm gonna clench it. And we're gonna clench this side. Watch, check it out, check it out. There we go.
Was that push the nail down?
Yeah, just clench it, bends it over. Right, so
Yeah.
if this is the hoof, it bends it over. So it's kind of holding in.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
And I guess we're kind of cool. I thought that was gonna go through that same hole, but it looks like we're all right. And then before we'll be done, I'll take a hammer and I'm gonna hit these clips so they bend over a little bit. So they're not just kind of sticking out, because you can kind of see that they're still, you know, they're not exactly on the hoof. So I'll show that to you right now, just so you can see. Oops, I know. They don't really like this too much. So a little trick you can do is if you pick up this hoof, they can't stand, you know, they can't move if you're holding it.
Ah, you button hooked them. I got you.
See? And then you just kind of hammer it down a little bit so that way it's not jutted out. And then I'm just gonna, it's okay, baby. I'm just gonna put these other ones. Boom. Boom, that one might be big. This nail right here might be a bit high. So I'm gonna rasp this one and clench it over, and then I think I'm actually gonna replace that nail. What happens if you get it too high is the same thing that happens if you've ever
Done your
clipped your nails, and yeah, you've done a bad job. If you ever clipped your nails and clipped too close,
Yeah.
get a nail that's a little too high. It's not gonna hurt him right now. It's gonna be fine. But once he starts riding around, if it's too high, it might start feeling sensitive. That's what we call a hot nail.
Gotcha.
If a nail is just, you know, a little too far up, and in the heels, that's especially easy to get done. It's a little harder to get a hot nail near the toes because they have so much going on, but near the heel, it's kind of like if you put a nail there, you know, near the back.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, I think this one's just a little too high, so I'm gonna pull it out. And yeah, you can see, you'll be able to see. Take these nifty little nail pullers. I'm gonna put it there. And I'm just gonna pull that nail out. And what I'm gonna do, because I don't want it to go through the same hole, and so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna bend my nail a little bit. Just put a little bit of a bend in.
Gotcha.
And that way, it's all right, Jesse. That way, I'm gonna angle it a little bit too. That way it should, in theory,
Oh, yeah.
come out a way, yeah, there we are. Way lower.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah, I know.
making me nervous, bro.
If you're with a horse that's mean, be quick. That's kind of the goal. And then all we do is exactly what I just did. Yeah, well, thank you. Exactly what I just did, which is I'm gonna clip it like this. Boom. Put it there. Rasp it a little bit. Yeah. That's gonna feel a lot better because that's where that old nail was.
Yeah,
this
I see that.
That was just too high. And you can kind of tell when it's too high because it gets really close to the coronary band. Coronary band is like that for us.
Ooh.
So, you know, if you're a little too close to there, you're gonna go, that's not gonna feel too great for the horse. Sugar, we're just gonna pick up this hoof real quick. Little known trick. If you want to pick up a horse's hoof, take your thumb. See this right here?
Yeah.
Just push your thumb into it just a little bit, and it makes them feel like it's a fly biting them, and they'll pick up their hoof.
All right, let me try.
Because they go, ow, 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 that hurts. Just kind of pinching a nerve. Really didn't. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, got him.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so
Many
this
tramples
horse,
into that.
yeah, this horse is nearly done. I'm just going to clip the other side, but it's going to look exactly the same, so I don't know if you want to record it. But it's going to look exactly the same as that side. I'm just going to clip these nails.
This is Colin, and what's the name of your company, Colin? Do you want to put that out there?
Yeah, 𝐷𝗏𝐿 Horse Shoeing.
Yeah, 𝐷𝗏𝐿 Horse Shoeing. He does a great job, and I appreciate him letting me come out here and watch him do his job. This has been pretty cool, dude.
Yeah,
I like it.
well, I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Good job.
I try.